Very big welcome back to day 2 here in The Hague and to the 2017 Hague Judo Grand-Prix. Located in the west of the Netherlands, The Hague is the international city of peace and justice and a wonderful setting for this judo tournament. Now, day 1 gave us some great judo, with Kosovo performing amazingly with 2 gold medals out of 5 categories. Today there are 4 more categories, 2 in the ladies, 2 in the men's, to battle it out for 4 more gold medals. And in this second final block of the tournament, to introduce our medal matches of this evening, please welcome Sheldon Franco Rooks.
Good afternoon, Neil, and good afternoon to everyone at home. We're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 63 kilo category. Catherine Boschema-Pinard of Canada faces Sanne Vermeer of the Netherlands. It'll be Boschema-Pinard in white, Vermeer in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico.
Well, I think we were pointing it out. We were having a little look here at the Netherlands matches that are going to come up here. And I tell you what, there's almost somebody in every match, and the atmosphere in this stadium is incredible. We're just saying how terrified we'd be just walking out here for the first time. Brilliant atmosphere, brilliant tournament. Boschema-Pinard then of Canada in white here, Vermeer of the Netherlands in blue.
They go all the way up to the top, right to the rafters, the fans here. Terrific atmosphere.
Yeah, it really is. The last time I saw a stadium like this was the Coubertin Stadium in France, where literally it banked down virtually on top of the fighters in the arena. It was amazing, and this is the closest we've been. So fantastic. First tournament in, and I think it's going to be a better participated as well by the top people this time next year. I really do.
Tough job for Sanne Vermeer. She's still quite young, coming up against a tough Canadian in Catherine Boschema-Pinard, just missing out on that little Yoko Sutemi was there.
Yeah, you've got to throw your opponent at least on the side, and that's upper part of the body onto the side, or onto the back for an ippon score, but on the side gets a wazari. Now then, saying that, Boschema-Pinard there in a little bit of trouble down there. Just had to do quick escape plan.
2 shouts from the audience there make me realise they know exactly what they're looking for. A slight slip by Boschema-Pinard, big cheer from the crowd as the opportunity for a score for Boschema-Pinard lost.
Yeah, educated audience, that's what we have when we have competitions in a lot of the places we go now, because the World Tour really has developed over the years, and so we see a lot of the audience virtually participating there. Arm went down there, didn't it, to stop the score?
Yeah, no chance for the roll there for Boschema-Pinard.
On her own out there, Boschema-Pinard. Saying that, just looking over to her side now, just to see.
No one in the chair.
No one in the chair. No Canadian coach.
Same for Stephanie Tremblay. We'll see her in the second of the bronze medal contest. Neither fighter having a coach with them.
She's going to go for the arm here, I think. Now she needs to apply the pressure onto the elbow here. Vermeer doing well to avoid that. She really is. Big advantage, isn't it, to have here in front of the home crowd, and you have a Grand Prix or a Grand Slam on home soil. You can put the whole of your national squad in, 4 in every weight category, if you've got the depth, that is, to do that, and you can put your juniors in as well. So that is an advantage. You can only put 2 from other countries into a category in Grand Prix Grand Slam tournaments, but 4 in every category if it's your home country.
And they managed to take full advantage of that today.
Oh, it's going to be a score. Wazari scored, takes her back there, Vermeer, and Boschema-Pinard made a mistake with that Cianagi.
Not strong enough going forward, was too upright there.
Yeah, not enough turn, was there? There wasn't enough turn. We were talking earlier about what warrants a false attack. And if you don't get enough rotation on the technique itself, if you don't break somebody's balance, because then we have techniques like Yoko Tomonagi, which is where they sacrifice their own weight, Sumigaeshi as well. If you don't break the balance, it's classed as a false attack. If you don't rotate as well for the Seoinage, that was much better there from Bosham and Pinard. That's what she needed before being taken back.
Great position here for the mare now. Just got to keep that leg trap and watch the clock tick over.
30 seconds left. The crowd know. Sheldon said that the crowd know it's an educated audience. Well, she'll get a Shido there for inactivity, and I think that's the best way to explain it. She's on the back foot now, just defending a little bit. No rotation. Absolutely no rotation with that Seoinage again there, and this is going to be all over. What a surprise. First one up, the experienced Bosham and Pinard of Canada here being outplayed.
Can't be any better feeling than having that size of a chair go up for you as you take the first medal in the final block in your own country. Kick things off nicely.
It did, just starts it all off, doesn't it? And there's only 4 matches in this final block, 4 categories, 2 bronze medal matches and a final in each one. There's only 4 matches that hasn't got somebody from the Netherlands in it. Great start, good win, really good win. Two Canadians were fighting for 3rd place in the under 63 kilograms. Tremblay of Canada and Sendeush of Mongolia. Tremblay had to beat Sendeush, and Tremblay will be fighting Awina of Netherlands for the bronze medal.
Well, we've seen the first Canadian, lose out to a Dutch fighter. We're going to see that in the second of the bronze medals, because that bronze medal contest, because that's coming up now. Stephanie Tremblay, as Neil has said, from Canada, is up against Iris Iwema of the Netherlands. It's Tremblay in the white judogi, Iwema in blue. And Tremblay did the best thing. She put on some earphones and has had some music pumping in her ears rather than the sound of the Dutch crowd.
Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? We were talking about that, about people that like the earphones on and like that kind of sound, or do you like the sound of that out there, and do you want to get part of the atmosphere? People react in different ways. Sorry, you were introducing the referee.
It's Vyacheslav Priyatenko. I think if she was stepping out to a crowd like this in Montreal, Tremblay would be perfectly happy. Soak it up. Unfortunately, it's The Hague.
It is indeed. Great atmosphere here in The Hague. What a tournament. Well, did she take her back? She didn't. So she came in for the Seoinage, and just because her opponent just goes backwards, you've got to get some kind of direction on the counter to get a score. No score. There's a Seoinage Tremblay. Well, as expected, the Netherlands team here fighting out of their skins. They had a bit of a quiet day yesterday, but certainly made up for it today. They'll be fighting for a lot of medals.
Just 23, Iwema, and looking for her first ever IJF Judo World Tour medal.
Well, I think a lot of them will be fighting for their first World Tour medals, and that's the great opportunity, of course. You can blood your juniors, you can, and I mean that metaphorically, but you can put them out there, give them valuable experience, and sometimes they can come up against some of the world's best. Not happy with that. but Shido given to Awima. That's Wazari given for that, Kouchi, and change of direction by Tremblay. She was holding her down there, and she was in trouble for a minute there, Tremblay.
Still got time, Iwima, so despite the fact that she's missed out on the Osaikomi, she does get caught there.
She did get caught, didn't she? But that elbow again, you know, it's a little bit of was it or wasn't it with the elbow going out there. We've always said that if the elbow gets caught underneath, then we won't count it.
But having said that, Iwema's looking for her first Judo World Tour medal. It's the same situation for Tremblay. She's yet to medal at Grand-Prix or Grand Slam. She's been around.
That's surprising, yeah, because that does surprise me because she's been there a lot.
5 times she's ended up in 5th place. So she's been in this position 5 times. They're having a look at the landing. It's off the scoreboard.
Well, I did say, didn't I? If the elbow gets caught up there, then it's no score. And
it's back on now.
Well, again, there was the line. Which is the line? What is the line for the score? Cianagi again, Tremblay. Looking for the Obatori Gaeshi. And she gets it. Can she get the leg out? Needs to tie up the top half. Gets the leg out. Now going straight into the hold down. Awima doing well there to try and turn out of that, and she does. She manages to.
Can't afford to go down there again. Tremblay looks reasonably well organised in the nearwater with the turnovers, so we must got to be careful, especially as time is ticking away.
Cianagi, Tremblay. Couple of tough matches here for the opening bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilograms. So now she gets a Shido. Awima for just for passivity, yeah. I think, just not quite doing enough and needs to attack more, and sat her down that time, Tremblay, but sat her on her backside. She took her onto her back as well, but it was had too much of a break in between, so no score given.
I think this is the best bet for Iwema. Just you Wazari down, 40 odd seconds left to go. Throw caution to the wind, get as close to Tremblay as you can, because you've unsettled her with that possible pickup. Don't give her a chance to get in for those low attacks and then burn up more time off the clock.
Well, that's going to be it. There into the hole down there. Tremblay just goes around the legs and it just went away from her. Awina then, I think, has accepted that she's going to lose this match now. Tremblay just lets the seconds tick away. There's a second Wazari gone onto the board now because the seconds are ticking upwards. Anything from 10 upwards is a Wazari, up to 19, and 20 seconds is the full Ippon. So the Ippon finishes it and it's all over.
Well, I think you can see from Tremblay's reaction, not just the body. She can't stand still because she's now put in the bank. She will put in the bank a little bit of prize money, but over and above that, it's the points that she's taken from a Grand Prix bronze medal, and this is the first time that she'll stand on the IJF podium.
Well, I think also, I mean, she was here with Boschem and Pinard. So a little bit.
There's always that.
She's the one going away with the medal here, so a little bit on that, probably. A bit of domestic sorting out there for Canada.
She's sorted it.
Sorted.
Right, a few highlights, and then we'll be back with more action.
This is the Ouchi score. Ouchi Kouchi took her onto her side. The elbow got in the way a little bit, but went onto the side. They had a little look at it, top table, decided it was a score. This is the little bit of Newaza there. She had to get around the legs, no entanglement with the legs, and secures for 20 seconds for the Ippon.
We've got the final of the under 63 kilo category coming up now. Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain faces Jules Fransen of the Netherlands. It's Schlesinger in the white judogi, Fransen in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania.
Well, Jules Fransen coming out here, I think she'll be all pumped up for this for more reasons than we can say on here, and I think that she has a point to prove. Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain in white here, on great form, I have to say. Tayatoshi straight away there from Fransen. Alice Schlesinger, cross grips all the time. She has to go in immediately on a cross grip or anything that's unorthodox. Otherwise, she'll get penalised, and she doesn't want that. She's been attacking all day, though, and scoring. I think it was 5 wazaris in her semi-final match.
They fought 3 times before, and Fransen has won on 2 occasions.
Sori Kamigoshi, that was a close one, wasn't it? Just stretched her out there. Wow, this crowd are enjoying this, aren't they?
Anneke van Emden, the bronze medalist from the Olympic Games in Rio, is enjoying it. She doesn't have to do battle with either of these two again.
No, all finished. Over to you. Pass the baton.
And the 3 times that they fought were all in 2015. 2 to Fransen, 1 to Schlesinger.
So, good match. Both upright. And I have to say, Fransen looking to throw from the standing position. Osodagari this time. Good work rate as well. Just looking over, Fransen's coach there, Jean-Paul Bell, in the chair over there. Formerly British coach.
He had that with, who was it, Michael Basinski this morning. He was coaching one of the Dutch fighters against one of the German fighters.
Yeah, I said, I think they've done their homework, but then we said, no, I think it must be the coach that's done his homework.
Looking to go over on that other side, as Neil just said, unorthodox grips that sometimes come up with benefits for Schlesinger. A little bit of a push there.
Well, I thought that was an absolute push. If she doesn't get a Shido for this, I'll be surprised. There we go.
Yeah, she does.
Got to know it. Yeah. Absolutely. And fully deserved it. Didn't need to push out like that. It made it so obvious.
No progress in the attempted shimmy was, so the referee called Mate, stands the mat with 1:40 left to go.
Absolute left to left, these two. Extreme lefties. And that means that that front leg there, very tempting to hook round it. Like that, for example, but you can come unstuck as well. Good try, though, from Schlesinger. Well, certainly more cautious in this match, Schlesinger, than she has been in the previous matches coming to this final. And I think she's finding it difficult, actually, more difficult. Fransen changing this time, right-handed attack.
Nicely balanced here. Just a single Shido against Alice Schlesinger. A little under a minute left to go.
Sodi Sorakamigoshi this time by Schlesinger. Change to the right. So both of them attacking both sides.
Ooh, Makikomi effort here.
Well, I think everybody was on the end of that one. The whole crowd just in there with them. Good attacking judo from both of these, both going for it. Schlesinger turns in. Well, no, I thought that she was running it. Can't always get absolute rotation, especially when the other one is defending, but she did get drive.
Exactly what happened there.
Yeah. Sodi Sorakamigoshi. Oh, and a Barani out of it from Franson there. Lands on her knees. Crowd loving this.
Yeah, Franson just showing her gymnastic ability there and avoiding getting caught with that one. Right at the end of normal time, we're into golden score. Still the single Shido against Schlesinger.
Any score now will win it. One more penalty up against Schlesinger and she'll lose this. She can't afford it, but she can pull it back. And then it will be the difference of another one or a score. Both going for the score. Good final this, really good final, and good attacking judo from both of them. Tayatoshi there from Franson. Sianagi from Franson. Now Schlesinger has to fire back.
She just wants to keep her head up a little bit in those grips. Once that head starts to drop, there's nothing you can do about that. Once the fighter grabs hold and makes an immediate attack, especially if they're moving away from you.
Well, I'm hoping they don't just stop it on that. Are they going to stop it? They are going to stop it. So Franson's going to win this, and the last attack was Franson's, and I think that's too premature.
So do I. I don't think there's been sufficient enough time, and they've luckily said, get on with it.
So now, at least she realises, doesn't she? Now she's got to attack Schlesinger. Two feet out. That's going to be it. Yeah. She's thrown that away. Absolutely. She backed up to the edge. Oh, the referee let it go on.
Well, she's dodged two bullets here. One was the passivity, and now the step out.
2 feet out again.
It's not going to happen now. She's spent.
No, it's it. Absolutely. Yeah. Schlesinger absolutely threw that away. That was really bad tactics there. 2 times she stepped out.
Overcome with emotion at the end there, Jules Franson. So many things, you know, around and about, and the crowd are on their feet for her. Maybe a few of them are aware of the items surrounding Jules Franson, but it's a gold medal to the Dutch. Jules Franson really in tears. Very happy for her.
Yeah, good win. And tactically, absolutely on the money. She was all the way through that. She attacked when she needed to attack, and it was 50-50. Both of them had near scores. Both of them almost scored a few times, and then she stepped out, dodged 2 bullets. I think that's what the way that you put it, Sheldon, and actually couldn't dodge the last one. 2 feet out, threw it away. Could have turned her way into the mat just like she did there, and that was the other Shido there that she got for physically pushing. Head was down. It was obvious that she was pushing, so she let that one go.
Jean-Paul Bell was there to, not console her, but congratulate her, I suppose. That's the best way of putting it. Right, we've got the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo category coming up now. Sendoche Sogbata of Mongolia faces Sam van der Westende of the Netherlands. It's Sendoche in white, Van der Westende in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Petter of Australia.
Sendoche has been fighting well, I think, anyway, and Van der Westende, of course, always up there and roundabout, and loving this crowd, just loving it. What a lift. What a difference, actually, today, day 2, isn't it?
There's some strapping that Sendoche has got around his upper body. It's not a blue t-shirt, or else it'd have been off.
No, I just looking at it now, when you just pointed it out, and it goes across part of his chest, doesn't it? Yeah.
But it's just the big strapping, which is one of those big blue straps. Just when he pulls his gi together, it looks like a blue t-shirt.
Might set a trend.
Well, that haircut might set a trend.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple of people rather famous who've got that haircut. Mention no names, though.
Well, the Mongolians really having a great tournament. They've put out a lot of their youngsters into this tournament, given them valuable experience. Sendoche is one of them, and what a day he's had so far. Lost in the quarterfinals, Sendoche, but managed to come back. Svortov actually beat him in the quarterfinals. Had to win it in a repechage final, and he beat Bouchard of Canada. And Bouchard has been beating some people, hasn't he, all the way through.
We saw Bayara Amatuvshin yesterday, Dashtava Amatuvshin, and Yondon Perenli yesterday, all medalled for Mongolia. Good form.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All across the board as well, and some
Monkbat?
different fighters as well.
Monkbat?
Monkbat as well was there.
Snuck in there.
Yes.
We won't call Galbal Rap because she's gone over to Kazakhstan.
So nice seeing Aggies here. Sendoche looking for the shimmy waza all the time. Is he across the neck?
Yeah.
He's going across the face every time. He's done it a couple of times now. Just behind the pace here, Van der Westende. He's going to have to up the pace. Make sure that he's first in. First in every time, Sendoche. It's got to be. Just leave him to get the Shido. I mean, he went in without any hands there. Referee's going to let him get away with it? No, he's not. He's going to give it. Well, it's one of those fights where if he did score now, Van der Westende, it would go against the run of play. But we've seen it so often, actually, that happens. 1 minute 32 for the first 4 minutes. 4-minute contests, men and women. So Van der Westende just given his coach just a little present. I think that makes might be a little bit of plaster. Delightful. Nice thing to find in your pocket a little bit later on.
Sendoche is one of the most amazing fighters for me. He moved from 60 kilos to 73.
Missed out a category, as you do.
Completely missed out the under 66 kilo category. How does that happen?
Well, you know, it is incredible, isn't it? And you look at his face there, he is young. How old?
21.
What age? 21 years of age, and the development stages of athletes different. They're not all the same. You know, you can't generalise. We find it, don't we? Normally with pre-cadets, they'll put on a category. My daughter did the same, put on a category, and then 2 categories actually within 6 months.
He was twice junior world silver medalist at 60 kilos, and then all of a sudden ballooned, if you can say that, up to
I'm sure he'd be really pleased with that.
Yeah. He never even flirted with 66 kilos. Finished fighting at 60s and went straight to 73.
What period of time did he do this?
11 months.
Within 11 months. Amazing.
He must have been cutting from, 66 or 67 to get to 60, moved into that weight and thought, well, I may as well move all the way up. Because he fits it perfectly, look. Well,
fighting very, very well here, handling Van de Westend very well. 1 second to go. It's going to go into golden score, but Van de Westend will take 2 Shidos over into golden score. So now 1 more Shido and it'll all be over for him, but he can score, and a good score from a throwing action, hold down, arm lock or strangle would still win him the bronze medal. He is behind the pace though, for sure. Drops Sianagi again, this time right and left as well, isn't it? It's going in and it's off the grip. And by off the grip, what I mean is takes one hand on and then disappears underneath for the technique. The other hand comes on as they're going over. Oh, and that was a nice Osodo there, driving over to the far side. He's very close to it, Van de Westend here. He has got 1 chance here of saving this. Strong Sianagi attacks here from Sendature. And that certainly didn't have any rotation on it. Is the referee going to stop it? Gives him the last chance. And another great attack there by Sendature. That's it. And I think now the referee will stop it. And Sendature is going to win the medal for Mongolia. He knows it as well.
Slightly bloodied. He's celebrating before the referee's given the...
He's not even given it, has he?
He's not hanging on.
But, that's a really good thing, isn't it? I mean, you know the game so well, you know it well enough, and you know that somebody is going to get penalised for not attacking. He hasn't attacked. Sendature has done enough. He was first time attacking every single time, and that was really a good performance from him.
What a boy.
What did he do? I missed it. I missed it.
Arab Spring. On the way out. You catch it on the highlights. What a lad. That was a highlight of the
well, can't wait to see it. Absolutely guaranteed that's what they'll be showing all tonight.
Well, at least the highlight of the contest.
Good Sianagi attacks, left and right.
They've got to have that.
He says, look at that, I've won the medal, and it's his first one. Grand-Prix, Grand Slam. They're not going to show it.
Crowd's disappointed, so are we. We come to the second of the bronze medal contests. Anthony Zing of Germany faces Akil Jakova of Kosovo. It's Zing in the white judogi, Jakova in blue. Here is a contest that doesn't involve one of the fighters from the Netherlands. Neil.
Yeah, well, Zing has surprised us, hasn't he, today? And Jakova here fighting for a medal. His sister, of course, getting the gold medal yesterday in the under 57 kilograms. So 2 medals in the household, in the Jakova household, would be absolutely delightful. There he is, Jakova, Akil Jakova of Kosovo. And in white, Anthony Zing of Germany.
Referee in the middle for this one is Mathieu Bataille of France.
Well, the gripping, for anybody out there that isn't really au fait with what happens when we grip the judogi, the grip's so important to the execution of our techniques, because we use the gripping action to break the balance of our opponent, and once we break the balance, then it enables us to rotate and to get underneath our opponent to throw them, or propel them backwards if we're throwing them in that direction. So gripping, so important, the beginning of the technique and the end of the technique, and that's why they're fighting so hard for it. And that was a beautiful uchimata there just after the mate was called. So the referee just called mate there. Hand goes up, and quite correctly actually he stopped it, because the person that was attacking had 2 feet outside of the area.
Good call.
Very good call. Spot on. Zing trying to set up for the uchimata every time. Just needs to get a combination going. The ouchi will just set it up for the entry. Zing also losing in the quarter-final stages. You have to get to the quarter-final stages to warrant any kind of fight for medals, and if you lose in the quarters, you come back down to a repechage final. Zing had to fight Ji of Gambia, and he had to win that match, and that qualified him here against Jakova. Jakova lost in the semi-final to Svortov.
That was in the golden score period.
Yeah, it was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, he decided to go for a big uchimata and got turned. And there he goes again for the uchimata. Right on cue, Jakova.
Well, that's why I was saying he needs the ouchi just sometimes to snake the leg through and then to change directly in for the uchimata from the ouchi. I think it is a danger if you go directly in, fully committed. You're on one leg, and if you don't get it right.
There he goes again. Zing this time, showing his acrobatic skills.
Barani out of that. Jakova, Oguruma, and he manages to Barani onto his knees. Small bit of blood, I think, so he has to leave the mat area. The doctors are, of course, not allowed onto the mat area. We were actually talking about this a little bit earlier, about how is it to the advantage of the one out in the middle or the advantage of the one that can leave the mat area? I think it's a bit disturbing for both, actually.
Triton Kuka having a real word with Jakova. The coach doing all the talking, obviously. But if there's one person that knows what they're talking about, it's got to be Triton Kuka.
Has to be.
Coached by Linda Kelmendi from a cadet to the Olympic gold medal and a world championship title as well. So you've got to give him some credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got 2 gold medals in the bag already for this tournament. The sister took gold yesterday. Sorry, in the under 57 kilo category, Nora Zhakova, and then at under 52 kilos, it was Distria Krasnicki to take gold. So they're not having a bad time of it, the Kosovo's. Let's see.
Well, it's one of those small groups, isn't it? That training hard together. They go around to the training camps. They train at different places. They have to, because they haven't got the sparring partners in a small group. But that still enables the small group to be able to go to train at different places. I was talking to somebody just before we came on air here about the importance of going to Japan, and why, you know, we had to, certainly I had to, go to Japan to find the sparring partners and the level of sparring partners in order to be able to train and compete at the level that I did. There's a good sign, like that one. Ippon all the way. That's our equivalent, of course, of a knockout. That's what we're after.
Right, Zing is making his way back to the tatami. Let's see where this one goes.
Often see a score straight away. Trying to back him up there. Slight difference between backing up and pushing out. You back somebody up, get a reaction so that they want to stay within the yellow area. And that was a close Uchimata, wasn't it? One right Uchimata, the other one left.
Penalty picked up by Anthony Zing for passivity. He's good buddies with Dominic Ressel. I saw the two of them walking around earlier on. Both got medal chances. Oh, that was a neat little effort there. Just had him foxed for a moment and almost took him to the rear.
Yeah, that was a close one. Any score here will just sneak it. 16 seconds left. First 4 minutes.
That time he went outside. More the Harai Goshi.
Big massive Kosoda Gak there, wasn't it? And getting the lift as well.
Just wait for the scoreboard to turn around and you call Hajime immediately.
Zing was just feeling his ear there. A little bit of a cauliflower coming, I think. Well, that big right hand there of Zhakova. That's what's doing it. Nice Yokogaki there, just trying to block the leg, taking him over it.
I was just about to say what he really needs are combinations. You know, he unsettles him with that Uchimata, but he's got to take advantage of the fact that he's unsettled him and he almost got turned there.
Well, more blood. So he'll only be able to come off if it's the same blood from the same place. I'm not so sure they'll be able to stop it. They can't stop it a third time. This is his last chance. So if they don't stop it this time, it could cost him the contest. You could see there that he was clearly out of the area, and there you can see clearly how the arm got in the way of the landing.
Just a little bit late in the reaction there to the opportunity for a combination was Zhakova, and it just gave Zing the chance to get strong again.
Yeah, he just wants to get on with it, Zing.
Right, here we go. Half a minute into golden score. Single Shido against Anthony Zing.
Yeah, he'll want to get that back, won't he? And there, Kosoto from him this time. What a good match. Good back and forth stuff. Open judo.
Zing's first thought about the Uchimata effort
Oh, that's it.
is how to counter it. That's what, you know, his first thought is how am I going to counter it? He's not even looking to block it. It's not strong enough to threaten him, so what he's thinking about is, right, how am I going to counter it?
Well, he's going to just pull on the old sleeve and lapel there, and he's going to rotate him onto his back. Good score.
Which we saw earlier on with Svortov. It's the same way that Svortov caught him. He tried the Uchimata against Svortov on a few occasions. Svortov realized, okay, this is what it looks like. I can deal with this. I don't have to block it and then try to counter. I just let him come in. It's going to fail, and I'll counter him from there.
Just use the hands. Yeah. Tewaza is the key, and to the Sakeshi. Just controlling with the hands, just using the hands to turn him over. I'll explain that a little bit more as we have a look at the replay. He knew it as well. Just as Sheldon was saying it, it actually happened. It was a really close match. Both fighters absolutely going for it, nearly scoring, both of them. There was the Uchimata there, just overbalanced there, had his own balance turned against him there, and Zing just turns out on top of him. Look at the hands. He just propels him with the hands onto his shoulders.
It looks just like the Svortov turnover.
Exactly the
same. Really does, ending up sitting on top of him. Right. Speaking of Svortov, here he is. It's the final of the under 73 kilo category. Viktor Svortov of the United Arab Emirates faces Naranku Khadbata of Mongolia. Svortov in the white judogi, Naranku in blue.
Yeah, these two have fought each other once before. Svortov the winner. But their world rankings at the moment, pretty similar. Just 5 places in the world rankings dividing these two. 52, Svortov just come out of the top 10 a little while back. So needs this win. Naranku, of course, of Mongolia does too. Naranku, has to be said, has had a great day, beating Vanta West End in that semi-final.
The referee in the middle for this one is Okada Yasuhiko of Japan.
Looking for the Sodi there, and Svortov feeling the danger of the grip there. Naranku looking for the sleeve grip, and then he was going Sodi. And you can tell by the hand grip of, just have a look at it, Naranku there taking specific grip on the sleeve, which means he's going to come in for the Sodi Surakomigoshi, which is throw off the sleeve. Svortov, just a little bit of twitching going on out there. Cianagi, oh, now then, that was absolutely flat on his back there, and the referee, had he already shouted,
he'd already called Mate for some reason. Let's see.
Well, they're having a look now just to see if he indeed did. None of the fighters knew that he'd called Mate.
There's no reaction from either of them.
It was a beautiful Cianagi, flat on his back, Svortov.
Yes.
Well, I don't know whether he was thinking of saying Mate for some reason.
He was getting the hand up there and calling as the throw was being executed. Yep, Ippon it is. There's no reaction from Svortov.
No, absolutely. I mean, and I agree with that decision. I thought that was a really good decision. I think he was halfway between thinking about something, but he was already going in there, Naranku, And Naranku there, beautiful left Zianagi for the ippon, and he gets the gold medal.
I think if we're really honest, what was happening here is that the referee wanted to call and was being told, call Mate to penalise Naranku for passivity. So Naranku, realising that he's got the timing, he knows he's got to go, he launches an attack as the referee's saying Mate for passivity. Swartov doesn't, challenge it at all because he's already airborne when he hears the Mate, so he wasn't going to stop it. It wasn't as though he could say, I'd stopped. That's why I was flat-footed.
I agree with you, and I think that, that's why I said there that he absolutely didn't know that it was a Mate going to be called. And I was just watching the replay there. The hand was going up, but he was already on the way in.
Right, we've got the medals being presented by Jos Held, former president of the Dutch Judo Federation. The bronze medal goes to Stephanie Tremblay of Canada. And the second of the bronze medals to a very popular Salah Vermeer of the Netherlands. The silver medal goes to Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain. But look at the smile on the face of the gold medalist. Look at Jules Fransen of the Netherlands.
Well, Jules Fransen couldn't have made a better statement, and I think that is the best way to explain it. Statement just saying, I am back, and this is what I should be doing. Yes, deal with it. I think we're trying to be very diplomatic here, but Fransen just basically said, this is I'm back, and a gold medal here. He's played it absolutely tactically perfect against Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain, and I think it was some close calls on both sides, almost scoring, both of them almost scoring, but it was two tactical errors from Schlesinger of Great Britain. Bad on the edge for sure. She dodged two bullets, as Sheldon said, but he didn't dodge the third one. So a gold medal to the Netherlands, and they are off.
And now the national anthem of the Netherlands. We're halfway through already the final block. We've had some good action. Annika van Emden is taking a little bit too much of the stage there. Yeah, that's better. She's accustomed to being on the podium rather than standing in front of it. Tremblay and Vermeer were the bronze medalist. Schlesinger took the silver, but it was Fransen to take the gold, and it was nice to see Annika van Emden there.
Yes, absolutely, wasn't it? Big smiles from all of them.
Right, well, we've had a treat so far, especially with the Dutch crowd. I think they've got more to come, especially when we come to their favourite weight category, which is the under 70 kilo category, and here we are now. Evelien Bernsten of the Netherlands faces Miriam Butkereit of Germany. It's Bernsten in the white judogi, Butkereit in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Gostini Balas of Hungary.
Yeah, well, as you will have noticed there by the stats, Bernsten no world ranking whatsoever, and This is because all of the national squad players, and that means 4 representing the Netherlands, can be put into the event from each of the weight categories because it's their home event. And so here she is, Berntsen, fighting for 3rd place at a Grand Prix tournament, World Tour tournament. And she's up against Bucharest of Germany.
I've got bad news for her.
Go on.
She's not going to score any points.
Is that right? Go on. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Actually, what happens is now, if there's more than 3 on the rostrum, isn't it? How many can actually gain points?
2.
There's only 2 on the rostrum, so the 2 highest on the rostrum.
And the 2 are in the final.
Well, don't tell her yet. Don't tell her. We'll tell her afterwards.
She'll take the cash.
In that case.
What?
Spoilt it now. Spoilt the party.
She could medal. Natasha Ausma could medal. There would be Van Dijk and Polling on the podium. It'd be 4 Dutch on there. That has happened very rarely. Georgia, Japan, I think Korea maybe have done it. Mark Pickering, the IGF media manager, he'll know that kind of information.
We'll get it off him.
Yeah, he's a wealth of information.
Well, Bucharest here going for the arm. Is she going to hook in? Yes, she is. Needs to concentrate on that elbow, I would. But she wants to tie up the top half to try and get the leg out there. So she wasn't looking for the arm at all. Berntsen, just a little bit of a stiff neck there. Something happened. So Bucharest in there for the attack all the time, first in, and certainly Berntsen has got to just up the pace a little bit. Yeah, interesting. Four chances of a podium place here from the Netherlands in one weight category. They've always had, haven't they, as under 70 kilograms, a glut of fighters, some of which have opted to fight for other countries.
Yeah, indeed. I'd like to... I've got nothing against Bucharest or Laura Vargas-Koch, the 2 Germans, but I'd like to see the Dutch do it, you know. First time back for a while on the IGF Judo World Tour for this tournament. I'd like to see them do something a bit special.
Well, it certainly seem to be doing it so far, anyway, and Berntsen fighting well.
Single Shido against the Dutch fighter, but we've got plenty of time, 1:50 odd left to go. They really do know what's happening. Every ooh and ah.
It's all the oohs and the ahs, isn't it? Absolutely. A lot of referees out there as well, sure. Now she's hooked in. Oh, dear me. Just saw her going back there on the knees there. My own knees were just cringing.
Evenly matched, this pair.
Yeah, it's by no means is it easy, is it, for Bucharest, and just behind on attacked Berntsen.
Got to pick it up now, last minute, make something happen.
Now something might happen here.
Tiring a bit, Neil. That looks just, you know, the body.
She is tiring. 50 seconds left.
Not moving well.
Second penalty then, up to Berntsen.
Now or never. cameraman was coming under danger there, wasn't he?
Yeah, kind of felt they were coming up towards us then. Needs a score, I think, Bernstein. One-handed technique there. No kazushi. No control with the hands.
The thing is, you've taken it this far. You're 20 seconds away from the end. Absolute credit for having got, reached this point. You're fighting for a medal. You've got a chance for maybe one big attack. Give absolutely everything that you can into this one. I know it's difficult to get back up. Go on, girl. You can do it. One more roll of the dice. It'll be all over anyway. Give it your best shot now.
Well, both of them attacking actually without the second hand on. They need to catch hold with two hands. That's a better one. And
almost turned up.
Well, did she go onto her side? Not quite there. Saying that, we've seen a couple given just earlier on in the day.
Well, the difficulty now for Bernstein is that Boutkereit could actually slow down and still take this. Bernstein has gone into the golden score period having collected 2 Shido, so a single Shido will finish her off, whereas the German has got a little bit of a cushion.
I agree with you 100%, but I always think back to the Foreman-Ali fight back in the day, and Foreman
slugged himself out.
He slugged himself out there and didn't have anything left. Ali just waited. Is that going to be on? Shimiwaza's on. Strangle's on. Oh, it was across the face. Referee right on top of that. So one last chance here for Bernstein. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Oh, what an interesting match. She needs to concentrate on that elbow. I give it a little tug there and just see if we could get a Juji Katami going. Can she get the leg out? She wants the leg out. Here we go, legs out. And it's Osaikomi called. Now the second's just going to go up to, well, it's going to go up to 10 seconds. That means she's already won it. Let's hope she doesn't get turned over.
Just as a point of interest.
Yeah, well, it would be a point of interest, wouldn't it? And it's come up a couple of times just the last couple of days. If she did all of a sudden turn it, Bernstein, would they allow it?
Well, she gave everything that she had, Janssen. Unfortunately, in the end, it wasn't quite enough to come up with a win, and Boutkereit of Germany takes that bronze medal.
But think of the experience that she's had here, Bernstein. That went into golden score. She fought for 3rd place. It was back and fro, to and fro, should I say, and she had a chance of winning it a couple of times. Great experience for her.
Yeah, good battle in the end. Maybe not the the highest quality judo that we've seen, but there was plenty of spirit in there with both fighters, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, like you say, good spirit. And it was attacking. Hold down in the end, just decided it. Both times we've seen the referee count it right the way up to the 20 seconds. Of course, they only have to go above 10 seconds and they've already scored, so they could let go there and they've won.
we've got the second of the bronze medal contests coming up now. It's a rematch between the Dutch and the Germans. This time it's Natasha Ausma to carry the flag for the Dutch, Laura Vargas-Koch to carry the flag for the Germans. It'll be Ausma in the white judogi, Vargas-Koch in blue, and here is Neil. Referee in the middle, sorry for this one, is Okada Yasuhiko of Japan.
Yeah, Vargas-Koch not on the best of form that we've seen her, and she looks slow and sluggish, I've got to say, in her first fight, as if she wasn't properly warmed up, and I've seen her come out absolutely all guns blazing. Let's see what happens here. Ausma of the Netherlands in white here, Vargas-Koch of Germany in blue. Two feet out, Vargas-Koch going to get a penalty. Well, we did talk about that. Well, again, drifting out towards the edge there. Looking for the Uranagi this time. Vargas-Koch is going to be looking for the counter. Here it goes. Look at the pickup. Ausma wasn't having any of it. Strong attack. Well, I think she's going to have to move. Vargas-Koch, to me, just looks as if she isn't moving with her feet. Needs to move the feet. Well, look at that for an extreme left to right situation there. Ausma virtually turned the wrong way round. Right hip going forwards. Vargas-Koch can't even get in between the legs. Can't get round that front leg. Now she can. Now she's in. That's what she wanted all the time. Oh. And that's definitely going to be a Shido penalty. Just let her get up. I would if I was Vargas-Koch.
He should, in any case, receive the penalty on standing up.
Well, yes, absolutely. Is he going to forget about it? I think it's got to be a penalty. Oh. Here we go.
Picked up a penalty for an overly defensive posture.
Just dropped, didn't she? Yes, yeah, because she was afraid of being thrown. Well, they both looking for exactly the same thing here. Ausma wants to feed the right leg in, and yeah, she just gets a second penalty for the hook. So you're not allowed to grapevine on the leg. You've got to hook in and go immediately. Same there with Vargas-Koch. Yeah. That's exactly the same. No different there. Kouchi this time. Good wazari there from Vargas-Koch. Well, that was Ouchi and then Kouchi. Nice driving Kouchi. There's the O. There's the Ko. Good control of the sleeve as well.
There's time for Ausma to come back. But as Neil was saying, she's looking for the same thing. And Vargas-Koch has managed to block that each time she's come in there. Got to look for something else.
The Germans are kind of spoiling the party here a little bit. Have to have a little word with them.
You're right when the final comes in.
Well, she's in again. Once you feed the leg in, you've got to get some kind of movement. Can't just stay there. Well, Ausma just getting away, dodging the bullet, as Sheldon would say.
Be nice to see her try one thing or the other. Either you go for the hip technique, right across the other side, so that you don't have to worry about that leg. Or you go for the leg technique in either direction, either the Uchimata or the Ojigari, one way or the other, but just stood there.
So again, Vargas Koch just managing to hook the leg in. Looking flat today, Vargas Koch. You don't know though where they are as far as their training schedules are concerned. Might be on a heavier weight training schedule. Just takes it out the legs a little bit. But certainly finding it difficult to move her legs. That's going to be a penalty for Vargas Koch there. Just drops onto her knees. Three seconds left then of this match, and it's all over.
Well, the Germans deciding not to help out with 4 Dutch on the podium.
Yeah, no, it wasn't going to happen, was it? No.
Not against the Germans.
No.
Butkereit and Vargas Koch taking the 2 bronze medals away from, first of all, Berndsen and now Ausma.
Well, Vargas Koch looks kind of pleased about that, and I just didn't think she had the kind of form that I know she can have. She can be very decisive and very hard with her attacks, but didn't quite happen.
Or relieved.
Yeah,
relieved,
it was kind of relieved, wasn't it? The Ochi-Kochi, nice combination, beautiful combination there, driving off the back leg. Always looking to feed that leg in, always, no matter what she does. But that Wazari was enough to win her the match.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 70 kilo category. Sanne van Dijk of the Netherlands faces Kim Polling, also of the Netherlands. It'll be Van Dijk in the white judogi, Polling in blue. Here we go then, the home head-to-head.
Yeah, home head-to-head, and you don't see that very often. Well, Kim Polling, of course, was the world #1 for such a long time in the category, clearly the #1. Never won a major world title, always something went wrong at the World Championships or the Olympic Games. Here she is at world rank 18 here, and Van Dijk from her own country here is world rank 7. So Van Dijk comes out with the higher world ranking. This should be interesting.
The referee in the middle for this one, Gostini Balos of Hungary.
Straight in for the Cianagi there, and Polling means business. We're saying a little domestic sorting out here, probably, and well, it will mean something. And there's going to be a Wazari scored. Polling on top of Van Dijk, and she's all over her.
Ooh. She had to go with that arm. It was right round the back. She had to go.
Well, she's just all over, isn't she? Van Dijk hasn't had time to settle at all. Uchimata this time on the right, takes her onto her side. Good score.
Get the feeling that as long as she weathers the first part of the storm, there's time to come back. We've only had the first minute.
Yeah, I mean, she's had to weather all sorts here. She's been going from every direction, and this is what we're used to with Kim Polling. And of late, we haven't seen that. So Kim Polling in front of her home crowd. She's inspired to attack. That's going to be another Wazari scored there. Left Cianagi.
Racking them up now.
Yeah, Van Dijk just not in this match, not at all. Pace-wise, she's behind the pace, And Kim Polling, it's a psychological advantage, I would think, as well, Kim Polling has over her.
Well, she's got to deal with that. You've got to clear out your own category at home first before you get all the big picks and get sent abroad.
Well, I mean, this is the funny thing, is that there was no meeting between them at a major tournament, but I do suspect that they've had several on the home front, and I would think that Polling came ahead of her on most of those occasions, if not all. Tominagi this time. Polling now onto the arm. Now, can she just get the leverage? Now goes the other way. Good transition there from Polling. Not quite enough power and pressure against that arm.
2 minutes gone. Two Wazaris on the board. Van Dijk with single Shido.
Well, she's been waving to the crowd all day, hasn't she, Van Dijk? Second Shido up to Van Dijk, and first up to Polling for not attacking. So they've got to grip up. Also, Polling can't just rest on that. She's too far away. Another Tominagi, this time back onto the arm.
Having to do a lot of defending here, Sanne van Dijk.
Well, the balance for that Jujigatami all wrong. You need to go into a tighter ball. Oh, and that's another Wazari there from Polling, just caught her on the way out. 3 Wazaris on the board, and looking for the transition into the Sangaku here. Good performance from Polling. In front of her home crowd, she needed this, absolutely. And I would say that this, really, it's the battle of the 70 kilos, isn't it, here? They've got everybody here. And the winner of this will be saying, well, I am the number one here for the major pick. But that was Osodagari this time. Doesn't really know what to do with the Van Dijk. 14 seconds to go. Second penalty up there to Polling. Polling will have to be careful she doesn't step out. Six seconds left, and, well, she needs to just stand her ground. No drop, no backing out. Kim Polling wins it for the Netherlands. Van Dijk gets the silver, gold and silver to them. Good match.
There's the it's the successor to the young lady that we saw in the middle up there, sitting up in the stands, looking all glamorous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Edith Bosch. Kim Polling, comprehensive win over Sanne van Dijk. She limping?
Yeah, a little bit of limp. I think she might have caught her foot part the way through one of those techniques that she did, and that was a good win from her, but she'll feel it tomorrow, I think. So plenty of highlights here, Sheldon. Plenty to look at.
Yeah, came up with three good scores, did Polling.
Seoinage, Uchimata, and this Osoto. Soto Makakomi actually for the third score.
We've got one weight category to bring you. One weight category left, but before that we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 73 kilo category. Let's go down and see where those medals are going then. Right, the first of the bronze medals goes to Anthony Zing of Germany. Sendoche Sogbata of Mongolia receives his bronze medal. The silver medal goes to Viktor Svortov of the United Arab Emirates. The gold medal goes to Naranku Hadba of Mongolia.
Yeah, what a performance from him. That really was a terrific performance. Talk about timing. Just about to get a Shido for passivity there, and he was on the way in.
Timely execution of that Ippon Seoinage. Low and right in. Nice drive finish.
Yeah, cleanly onto his back there, Svortov. Svortov didn't argue it, did he?
No.
He didn't. Super judo from this Mongolian team.
And now the national anthem of Mongolia.
Wow, great support there from the Mongolian spectators there.
Top of the table by now.
Yeah, we need to have a look in a minute, just see exactly where we are with the medals.
That was a second gold medal, so 2 for the Dutch, 2 for Mongolia, 2 for Kosovo, 1 for Turkey and 1 for Ukraine. Right, we've got the first of the bronze medals in the under 81 kilo category. Emmanuel Lucenti of Argentina faces Matthias Casa of Belgium. It's Lucenti in the white judogi, Casa in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Juan Ramakes of the Netherlands. He's been squeezed out of all the medal matches because they've all had Dutch in. Snuck in here.
Got to sneak in somewhere, haven't you? Well, Lucenti, always dangerous with the opening attacks, but Cassie as well has had some great technique today and some really big Seoinagis. This will be a battle of the Seoinage men. Young Belgian fighting just out of his skin. There's the first one from Lucenti.
He's normally a little sharper than that.
Yeah, just a little bit, isn't it? It's just that little bit of an edge that just goes missing. 2 up so far, and he was on the arm there, and
he's talking about an ippon.
Yeah, he is. Let's have a little look, see what happens there. Well, he went onto that arm there, and he could possibly be on Sokomaki here.
No, he's just pushing the head away, so he never tapped. But Neil's point is, did he throw
with the arm lock on?
With the arm lock on.
Yeah, if he's not careful, he might just be drawing attention to something that he doesn't want to draw attention to. Have a look at, because this is a big thing at the moment, is attacking with an arm lock applied. And he might just be disqualified for that. It's not quite what he wanted to draw attention to tell you the truth.
How did they end up throwing on the wrong arm?
Well, you know, you drop underneath for the Sodisura Komigoshi. If you go against the stiff arm...
Tell me in all your career that you threw on the wrong arm. And you were ever given Hansokomake for a wakigatami.
Well, no, but you know, it's the Sodi that does it. But well, anyway, it'll draw his attention to it. He's a little bit different going in there.
He was a bit ginger then, wasn't he? Ooh, I better not do that.
Yeah, I thought they did well there. Let's let it carry on, because that would have been absolute mayhem in here if Lucenti had gone.
Someone's bleeding. Could be off the right hand. Just a little cut there.
Well, again,
he's
right.
Be careful, he's not taking the other sleeve now.
No, you can keep the sleeve, he said. Any attack where you're throwing with an arm lock or straight arm is not allowed, you know, so there's been a few off the sleeves that have gone against the straight arm and Hansokomaki or disqualification, so that's what that was about.
Vicente normally comes out with, you know, looking like a mummy with all kinds of tape on his fingers and that, and he hasn't got it today.
Well, just about to say that the Cass needs to attack, but he did. There was the Seoinage. Lucenti gets a penalty for the end of the sleeve. Yeah, he's just looking up at the the gods there, going, "What have I got to do?" Beautiful Ashiwaza that was, wasn't it? Oh, dear me! Whole crowd there, right behind it.
The collective ooh from the crowd. This is going to be a really, really good event on the IJF circuit.
Of that, I have no doubt here. Just looking up at the crowd, it goes right the way up into the rafters, literally into the rafters, and of course the mat area comes right the way down onto the seating comes right the way down onto the mat area.
Yeah, it's a kind of crowd you don't want to get on the wrong side of either, you know.
That's true.
If you're a darling of the crowd, it's all well and good, but you upset them, they'll be on your back all day.
Do you know, I can see Cass here stealing this. I can see him just waiting his time. Lucenti here, his techniques are just getting tighter and tighter, and Cass there just starting to go to work. The younger fighter just looking for the same techniques, the Seoinages.
Yeah, he's just got to be clever not to get caught here. The longer he stays in it, the better.
Oh no, he's come off. That was a Wazari. Now he came off the wrong side, or the other side, should I say. The referee stopped that. I think that was a score. Oh well, casted the Seoinage. Watch this, and he spun onto his back.
Yeah, he was losing control for me, you know, so although he initiates this with this attack, he's falling away. He's got no contact with him at the end. I don't think he can claim a score here.
He's given it.
Okay, now we have to explain why.
I think just the landing, you know, it was the landing that came off. But you were absolutely right that, you know, the hands didn't quite control it at the end there. And we're on about control with the hands all the time. And I pointed out that the sleeve grip and the lapel grip so important. There's the Cianagi again. Isn't he starting to go to work here now, Cass? Now onto the arm. He's onto it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. That was close.
Crowd wanted to see the arm lock go on.
Yeah, they did. 36 seconds. He's getting tireder and tireder here, Lucenti. Just got to work the newaza. You have to work the transition. 22 seconds. That can be a minute and 22 seconds. Feels like it when you're out there. I tell you, 22 seconds. You can't back off.
Cass probably thinks he's got a couple of Shidos that he can burn. He may have to.
Good Cianagi to come out of danger. 8 seconds left. Lucenti knows it's going away from him. Well, that was a good performance, and I just felt it halfway through there. I just thought that Cass could just steal this because Lucenti was strong at the beginning, and then, of course, it was just getting a little bit weaker as it was going further through the contest. And then Cassie, he just started to build into the contest, and that was a brilliant performance from him. Botayou, the number one in Belgium. Well, he went out in the earlier rounds, Botayou. He went out before the quarterfinals, and it was...
He got going.
Yeah, Stepien of Poland that beat him. And Cass here, their junior, they're coming through. How old is Cass, by the way? I'm just looking there to see how old he is.
I'll take a look and let you know. 20. He's just 20.
Yeah, 20 years of age and a talent. Dropped in for the Cianagi, spun off the opposite shoulder here, but it was a clear onto his side. The momentum of the Cianagi took him over, and I can only think that that's why they scored it.
Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal contest coming up now. Saeed Malay of the Republic of Iran faces Frank de Witt of the Netherlands. Could have been a finalist here.
Well, look at the world rankings here. I'm just looking at the world rankings here. Molay of Iran is world rank number 1 at the moment, or world rank number 2, sorry. De Witt is world rank number 1. It's the number 1 and 2 in the world here fighting it out.
This is it then.
Yeah. And actually, from their last 2 meetings, Molay has come out the winner on both occasions. So what a fight this is.
It'll be Molay in the white judogi, De Witt in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania.
Well, they were absolutely mortified. Everybody was mortified, weren't they, when De Witt there lost in that semi-final, but controversially. But he'll want to win this one. Of course, the world rankings, and I have to say that the world rankings are an indication of people that are being consistent with their performances, but it doesn't actually reflect the true world best at the time. You know, sometimes the world champions or the Olympic champion doesn't do every event, but they are an indication.
They had a very good turnout here in the Netherlands. We had 5 of the top 20 in the world here, including, as Neil just said, 1 and 2. Frank de Witt number 1, Saeed Molali number 2, Zabeda Rekviashvili in the top 10 at number 8, Lucenti is just outside at 12, and then Jack Hatton from the United States of America at number 20. Then Dominic Ressel, Matthias Cass, Joachim Bottier, they're all up there around.
In the 20s, early 20s, isn't it? Yes.
Good turnout.
But it's always the way, isn't it, for the under 81 kilograms. A lot of fighters could be on that podium at world level. Well, Molay is certainly one of these surprise fighters that can just pull a a technique out when you don't really know it's coming, but got to say that so could DeWitt as well. He likes to take chances, does DeWitt. Sotokomigoshi there from DeWitt. Started off with Malai. Malai did one, and then DeWitt says, well, I can do it as well. Trying to take the lapel hand off there, Malai. Seeing Aggie this time from Malai, and DeWitt trying to counter it there. Didn't quite happen, did it? Put his hand down.
They were so low. I mean, where was he going to take him from? He would have had to have pulled him right across his body, and you just need that little bit of leverage, and he didn't have it.
So now, wait, Malai, I'm just saying, just coming forwards here. Strong fight for the Kumikata. Tomonagi this time. Well, he's going to have to attack soon, Malai. They're both pinning the sleeve, stopping each other from attacking. They can feel the danger. Is DeWitt going to take a chance? Big right arm over the back, and he might just go for the big pickup. Actually, just remembering back here, the last time I saw he did that against Malai, he came and stuck. That's probably why he's got reservations.
He's not trying that again.
Now Malai, as the dominant grip, needs to use it. Oh yes, great Ashiwaza there, and DeWitt goes down, and Malai is on top yet again. Beautiful Ashiwaza there, he just tapped out. DeWitt gets caught. Big Hizaguruma or Sasai to Tsurukomiyashi. I asked the question last week. Actually, often it kind of mixes into each other. Starts off as Sasai, and then they get rotation into the Tsurukomi. But that was beautifully executed there from Malai.
Yeah, nice judo from the Iranian right at the death of the contest as well. He still had nice poise, nice movement, and a good classic finish from Said Malai of Iran as he defeats Frank the Netherlands. And a really nice hand as well from the crowd. Shows nice respect as well to his opponent. And DeWitt as well, a hand for the supportive crowd as he leaves the tatami. Got some highlights here. There's Neil with his thoughts on this one.
Yeah, that's always so nice to see. You know, to see how they handle defeat. You don't have to be pleased about it, but that was a beautiful. Was it? Well, that was almost Harai Tsurukomiyashi, wasn't it? It was Harai Tsurukomi. So went into it, and then the rotation. So Harai Tsurukomiyashi, and beautifully taken into the hold down. DeWitt just taps out, but gives a really good round of applause and good sportsmanship to his opponent.
He stays really close to him at the top half of the body as well, doesn't he? We come to the final of the under 81 kilo category. Ivan Vorobev of Russia faces Dominik Ressel of Germany. It's Vorobev in the white judogi, Wrestle in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Mathieu Bataille of France. And it's a very good afternoon to all of you who've just joined us for the final block, and a big hello to Vladimir Barter as well, who's watching on. Our best wishes to you. There's Mathieu Bataille in the middle.
Yeah, it should be a good final just to finish off. Under 81 kilograms final is always a good one. Vorobev of Russia coming out here. His world ranking down to 102, but Dominique Ressel, he is at 21. Don't look at that though. This is one of the most competitive weight categories. It really is. And well, these two met once before. Ressel was the winner on that occasion, but anything can happen here. This is the final here on the second day of competition.
Vorobev, in my opinion, has been a bit lucky today. He's rode his luck on a couple of occasions, but he's in the final. I don't think you get in a final of a Grand Prix and you're lucky. He's had a bit of luck, taken advantage of it, and now we shall see if he's able to capitalise on that.
The dice have been going for him. That's what he means.
Playing the lottery tonight. Euro millions.
Yeah, left against right here. Ressel left-handed. Oh, look at that. It's all over. Oh, what a switch that was.
That was lucky.
Nothing lucky about that one, was there? Oh, God. Yeah. He says, you know, the more I do that, the luckier I get. That's what he says. Vorobev absolutely buries Ressel. Ressel gets up there, a little bit red in the face, and, well, there's no mistaking that. That is what Ippon is, and that's what Ippon and judo is all about.
Well, you want to be on the highlights package, don't you, when you get the final? Maybe not on the receiving end.
No.
Dominique Ressel just gets caught there. And we were saying earlier on that Vorobev had that little bit of a feint. It wasn't quite as good as
his teammate. That one was. Went one way, completely sold him, didn't he? And then that Kosoda Gak, Tanio Tosh there, he takes him cleanly onto his back, and Ressel didn't stand a chance. Look how he goes. Feints one way, and then he goes the other way, and he just takes the leg across there. Tanio Tosh at its best.
Massive, wasn't it?
Well, the arm went up there. Coach says, I think that was an Ippon. And I don't think anybody in the stadium doubted him.
Right, we come to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category. Felix Thiemer, the president of the Dutch Judo Federation, making the presentations there. Laura Vargaskoch of Germany receives her bronze medal, and her teammate Miriam Boutkereit receives hers. The Germans spoiling the Dutch party as far as the bronze medals were concerned, but it's the Dutch who clean up in the final. Sanne van Dijk takes a silver, but the gold medal goes to Kim Polling, and a very popular winner she is too. Nice final block, Neil. Good.
Wow, well, yeah,
what a finish.
Full of excitement, you know, and yeah, didn't it? Some great judo came from different directions. You know, I thought this was a terrific performance, certainly from Kim Polling, back to her best. This is what we know her to be able to do. You know, she goes left and right, takes it to the ground as well. It's always, yeah, it's got a lot of guts, and it's not the most stylish, but she certainly is effective.
Well, we're going to have the Dutch national anthem. Well, Jules Franzen kicked things off by winning the under 63 kilo category, and we heard the the national anthem of the Netherlands then, and then we've heard again this time for Kim Collins.
Yeah, well, that's actually taken the Dutch, hasn't it, to the top of the medals here after day 2. So slow start for them, and now, of course, the massive advantage that they have had, putting 4 in every weight category, has paid off. So 2 gold medals, a silver and a bronze, and 6 fifth places, so 6 others fighting for medals as well. So great performance, you know, on this second day for the Netherlands.
We got some highlights before we come back with the last of the awarding ceremonies. It'll be the men in the under 81 kilo category, but take a look at these. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. The first of the bronze medals go to Saeed Malay of the Republic of Iran. Matthias Kassa of Belgium picks up his bronze medal. Why not? The right man to be presented as well. Silver medal goes to Dominic Ressel of Germany. He picked up the wrong one there. Robert van der Waalen was about to give him the gold. No, I'm the silver.
He said that'll do though.
But the gold medal goes to Ivan Vorobev of Russia. Top draw finish. He's so quiet, Vorobev.
Well, what can I say? You know, 2 days of great judo here. Netherlands, of course, get off the mark, and they're now top of the medals here after the second day of competition. But the medals are spread all over, which does show that we're a truly international sport. Tomorrow's the last day here in The Hague. Promises to be an incredible atmosphere, but we've got to leave this second day with the thoughts of this man here, with that amazing ippon. Vorobev did this amazing twitch. It was ippon all the way, and it'll leave us with a memory of this second day of competition. 5 categories to finish off tomorrow. More great judo action. Until the same time tomorrow from Sheldon and I, it's goodbye for now.
to inform you that tomorrow we will start at 11 o'clock. En dan zit het ook op de lijn aan de Grand-Prix van 2017, plaats nummer 2. Morgen dan is het dag nummer 3 en morgen